New York Giants week number 16. I can't believe it's week 16, but week 16 game preview against the Baltimore Ravens. Not a game I'm looking forward to because I expect it to be a very tough one. I do look forward to all Giants games. We get 16 a year. I guess not including preseason this year. It's probably going to be 16. So, gotta look forward to it, but it's going to be a tough matchup for sure. Let's jump into some of the things we have going on up here. I got some new things in front of my desk here. The one that might pop out. Got my guy Josh Rosen right here. My friend Andrew, who I do this spread pick show with, gave me that like 2 days ago. Kind of a gag gift, but like that's my guy. So like I'll put Josh Rosen on here, no problem. My brother got me this Odell Beckham pop thing for Christmas this morning. So I'm not really a pop collector, but I'm like, hey, might as well put it up here. And then Eli Manning. This is like my favorite one. Has a lot of his accolades behind here. I actually tore this piece off this morning. I glued it back on, so that was a whole mess. But it's a really cool thing. I like it. It looks pretty accurate. Eli looks very young here, but it's still pretty cool. New Giants banner back there. So I got a lot of new stuff going on here. Hopefully you guys like it. It looks pretty cool to me. So, Anyway, let's get into the game. So the Giants are at Baltimore, the 9-5 Baltimore Ravens. For the rest of the division that matters, the Washington football team is home against Carolina. It might not be Alex Smith. Dwayne Haskins got demoted from his captain duties, basically, so he's not looking good to start. I don't know who's going to start at quarterback. If it's not him, it could be Taylor Heineke or someone like that. We'll find out. But Dallas, they're home against Philadelphia. I like Philly to win that game. Philly's favored by 2.5 when I checked last, so there is that. I don't know if it benefits the Giants either way because I feel like if the Giants lose and whoever wins that matchup, I feel like if the Eagles win and we lose, we're probably in last place, if I'm thinking about this correctly. I think we are, honestly, which is terrible. But anyway, so I guess let's root for... I don't know who to root for. That's a good question. Root for Washington to lose, obviously, but I don't know who we want to win that Dallas-Philly game. I guess we'll root for Philly because at least there's a chance they lose next week. I don't even know. It's a tough situation. But anyway, let's get into the Giants here against the Baltimore Ravens. The spread is a -11 when I checked for Baltimore, so that's definitely not a good thing, but let's take a look. So, Baltimore, their defense allows 20.5 points per game, fourth best in the NFL. Definitely not encouraging for how bad our offense is. Their run defense allows 109, basically 110 rushing yards per game. Just pretty good. It's like, probably above league average. I think it's a pretty good run defense. They allowed 233.8 passing yards per game. Also pretty good. I think that's, about league average. I would say the rushing yards are about above league average. I would say the passing yards are about league average. So while Baltimore is not great in the, I shouldn't say great, but not elite in the run or passing category, they do hold opposing offenses to low amounts of points, which is of course what you're playing for. Points go on the scoreboard. You're not playing for passing yards and rushing yards. So there is that. Marcus Peters and Jimmy Smith, they could have missed this game at cornerback for the Ravens, which would be a nice thing because, as we know, Marcus Peters is a really good player. Jimmy Smith's a veteran, still gets the job done, so there is that. They still have Marlon Humphrey, obviously, so that's someone to watch out for. But if we can get one of those guys to miss, it would definitely help the Giants' passing attack. So if they want to miss this game, then by all means, go ahead. Daniel Jones is on the right track to play Sunday, it's looking like, so we'll find out about that. I don't know how hampered he'll be by the injury. I don't know if he'll run. But if he's hampered by this injury and looks the same way he did against the Cardinals, this will be a rough game. If he looks completely healthy, the Giants, I'm not going to say they have a chance, but at least it'll be a closer game. I'll put it that way. Golden Tate is out for this game. We'll probably see a lot more Austin Mack. Maybe we see Dante Pettis. Probably not, but I hope we do. I really want him to be the kick returner because I'm kind of over the Dion Lewis experiment back there. He's been fumbling the past 2 weeks at kick returner, so I kind of want to see Dante Pettis in there. We'll see if the Giants give him a shot. Score over 20 points on offense, and I will be thrilled. That's what I want for the Giants offense. I'm not talking about defensive touchdowns. Score me 20-plus points on offense, and I'll feel very good. If Daniel Jones puts up a very good performance against this, I would say really, really good Ravens secondary, I think that's something to be very encouraged about. We don't want to go into the offseason with Daniel Jones having 2 very bad games and go into the draft and having like a guy on the board and being like, well, did we take him? I'd rather go into the offseason knowing Daniel Jones is going to be here for year 3. You know what I mean? So I'd rather have a chance to take a Devontae Smith, who I've been looking at, and some other wide receivers in this draft or some other position. Like, I don't want to force a quarterback pick, so let's hope that Daniel Jones puts on a good performance in the last 2 weeks, hopefully. So, for the Giants defense, Darnay Holmes was limited in practice. I don't know if he'll play. I hope he does. I guess he will if he's been limited. So let's hope he, toughs it out and gets in there. That would be nice. The Giants can stop the run. The Giants, I think, are fifth or sixth against the run, so they're very good against it this year. Problem is, Baltimore has 172 rushing yards per game, so it's a really good run defense against the best running offense. We'll see what happens there. We'll see who gets the best of who. My theory, of course, is that the Giants offense will struggle. The Giants defense will get tired eventually, and eventually Baltimore will start to, have some really big runs, which is what my theory was against the Browns last week. Same thing. The offense, I felt like, was not going to do much. That was kind of the case. And towards the end of the game, we saw longer runs for Nick Chubb. That guy, their third string running back, I forget his name, honestly. He had like a 25-yard run at the end. So, yeah, that stuff could happen in this game as well, unfortunately. Baltimore is 31st in passing yards per game. That's not really how Lamar Jackson beats you, of course. So there is that. The return of James Bradbury, it might be canceled out in a way because they're not going to attack one of the better cornerbacks in the league when they can run the ball down your throat. That's what the Ravens want to do. So if the Giants are in a situation where maybe they get up early in this game and force the Ravens to pass, then maybe James Bradbury comes into play. But in terms of stopping the run, it's not going to be like James Bradbury's going to make a huge difference in this game. It's going to come down to a lot of the front seven guys, the defensive line, the linebackers. Those guys have to be the main force in this game. And the Giants do have a good defensive line. We have guys that can stop the run. So I do like that matchup, but the Ravens are very tough to stop their run game for sure. Covering Mark Andrews is going to be key. That's their main guy in the passing game. We know Marquise Brown's a guy that can beat you deep. That's like the one guy. Just don't let him beat you deep, please. That's the one thing I ask. But Willie Snead's more of a possession guy, can move the sticks. But Mark Andrews can also make some big plays at tight ends. He's one of the big play threats at tight end in the NFL. So Mark Andrews is a guy to watch out for. The Giants have, I guess, been better at covering tight ends this year, but it's still not perfect, so that's something to watch out for. J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, their running backs, haven't run the ball very well. I mean, Mark Ingram does not play much anymore for this team. It's basically just J.K. Dobbins, the second-round pick, and Gus Edwards might have been undrafted, but he's having a pretty nice year as a backup. So that tandem's been pretty good, and hopefully the Giants do a good job of shutting those guys down. With a struggling offense, as I said before, the Giants' defense, I think, will probably get worn down at most points in this game, and I think towards the end, it might get kind of ugly. But, I hope the Giants' defense can at least keep this one close. Don't come out and have Baltimore just stomp on you and get up to like a 14-0 lead right away, because if the Giants go down 14-0, they might as well go home. The Giants are not a team that's really built to fight from behind. You cannot let Baltimore get a multiple touchdown lead on you. That's not going to go well. The Giants have to keep this game close throughout, or else it's probably going to get ugly, like I'm going to be honest. So my score prediction for this game, honestly, is going to be 10-23. You could hate me for it. I just think that's the most honest way I can go about it. I think holding Baltimore to 23 when your offense is probably going to do nothing is impressive, but the offense is just not good. And Jason Garrett comes back. You have Daniel Jones on maybe one leg. I don't know how healthy he'll look, but it's not a completely healthy Daniel Jones. And the last time they played against the Cardinals, who don't have a defense as good as the Ravens, they looked awful. So, I'm not really expecting much from this offense. I hope I'm wrong. Golden Tate's out. Maybe Austin Mack comes in and makes an impact. We'll find out. I just don't have much faith in this offense. I have faith in the defense to play well for, once again, the first half, the first three quarters. I think they'll break down towards the end. But if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't really see the Giants making this a close game towards, the later stages of the game, like the fourth quarter, late third quarter, stuff like that. So hopefully I'm wrong. I always say hopefully I'm wrong, and I do hope I'm wrong, but it's a tough matchup. The Ravens are clicking on all cylinders right now. They've scored 40-plus in their past two games. I forget who they played 3 weeks ago, but they put up 47 on the Browns. They put up like 45 on Jacksonville last week. And I know we have a better defense than those teams, but all right, take away 45 and make it 30. Like we're not scoring 30 points. The Giants offense has not scored 30 points once this year, because the one time they did it was in Dallas, and that was when Kyler Fackrell had a pick six or a fumble taken back. I think it was pick six. But yes, the offense really cannot put up that many points. You're kind of forcing the defense to hold Baltimore to less than, like, I would say 14 or 17, which I do not see happening. Maybe the Giants make it close. I'm just trying to be realistic. I don't really see it happening. But as I said, hope I'm wrong. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to make a video either tomorrow or I guess Sunday. I'm going to make a video about kind of like a mini off-season preview in a way of like what I want. It's going to be like guys I want to cut, re-sign. I had Logan Ryan in there. Logan Ryan got re-signed. I forgot to bring that one up. Logan Ryan got 3 years and $31 million, I think it was. I wanted to give him a 2-year deal. People are saying it's going to be more of a 2-year deal because they can probably cut him after that second year for not much dead cap, which would be nice. So I do like that deal. Logan Ryan's a good player, very solid player. Logan Ryan's not elite, we get that, but he's a really good leader. He's a winner. He's won everywhere he's been. Back on the Titans, even the Patriots, he's won everywhere he's been. He does not like losing. I like those type of guys. So Logan Ryan with his versatility, his leadership, being a veteran, I like that. Bring him in here. He can still play at a high level. I know people asked about what about Xavier McKinney. The thing is, you can move those guys around anywhere. Like Jabril Peppers, I feel like is kind of solidified as your strong safety. He's there regardless, but you can kind of move around Logan Ryan, Xavier McKinney. Maybe you play Jabril Peppers at linebacker sometimes. I trust the Giants to use those guys' versatility to their advantage. I think the Giants will be fine there. I know you look at the depth chart and say, well, there's 2 safety spots and 3 good safeties on this team. What do? I think it's fine. The Giants will find a way to make it work. It's better to have too many guys than not too many. We've seen problems, especially at cornerback last week when Bradbury was out. When you don't have enough depth at certain positions, bad things happen. Well, at least at safety, the Giants are pretty well off right there. So I do like that signing for Logan Ryan. Did wish it was 2 years, but hopefully it is basically a 2-year deal when we get the contract details. Anyway, that'll do it. Let me know in the comments what your score prediction is. I will, as I said, I'm going to try and make an off-season preview video. Some free agents I'm interested in as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy that video. Hopefully it'll be out tomorrow. I should have free time tomorrow before 4 o'clock. So I'll try to get it out at some point tomorrow in the afternoon. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you next time.